that if we can find a system along with symptoms, the chances of our success are so much more. And I want to talk about this today. So Hahnemann says, gave us the law similia similibus curantur. It means that when a remedy matches the state of the patient, healing can happen. Is correct? Yes or no? Yeah. You know Hahnemann? Healing can happen. But what are we going to, just Kyle, follow my hand. It is similar to what? When you say you have to, it is similia similibus. Similar to what? Go on. So, traditionally, homeopaths prescribe medicines based on symptom similarity. Symptoms of the patient are matched with symptoms of the various remedies to find the closest fit. This is what many homeopaths do. And this has worked beautifully for last 200 years. So, while this method had a lot of success, there have been failures too. Maybe it has to be similar to other aspects, not only symptoms. Why? Because when you take symptoms, you take 10 symptoms, 15 symptoms, then you get sulfur, calcarea, lycopodium, natramur, phosphorus, sepia, whatever. Which one to choose? You see? Then you have to do some kind of guesswork. Or if you choose one set of symptoms, you will get one remedy. You choose another set of symptoms, you will get another remedy. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
So, can we look at the patient from some another angle, not only the symptoms? And this is what we have been working on and created something called a system approach. There is a symptom approach, there is a system approach. And what is this system approach? Along with understanding what are the symptoms of the patient, we try to also know what is the kingdom of the patient. Is it a mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, or animal kingdom? Secondly, we also try to know what is the superclass of this patient. And thirdly, we also try to understand what is the miasm of this patient. These three things, kingdom, superclass, and miasm, it forms the system. It is another way of looking at the patient, along with symptoms. I will explain each of this and make it very simple and illustrate it with cases. These three coordinates, namely superclass, kingdom, and miasm, we get to see another aspect of the remedy or the patient besides the characteristic symptoms. If you take these both together, your results are so much more sure. Just try to understand this little bit. So here is a little movie that we made. You see? So similar to different aspects. The remedy must be similar to different aspects. What are these aspects? Once again, the superclass. What is the superclass? It is the core dynamic response. Don't worry, I will explain it. What is the kingdom? It is the type of response. And what is a miasm? It is the speed of a response. So this is what we'll understand this. You will follow it very clearly. Don't worry right now. And so now if you see this, what we are showing you here, you see there is an object in the middle, but if you throw light from the top, it looks like a circle. If you throw light from the side, it looks like a square. And if you throw light from this side, it looks like a triangle. These three sides, the three coordinates are of the same object. Similarly, these three aspects, superclass, miasm and kingdom, are of the same individual, just three sides of it, three coordinates of it. When system information and symptom information are matched, the success rate is far better. The confidence with which you will prescribe that single remedy is going to be so much more. This is what I discovered after 45 years of studying homeopathy, and I want to share it with you so that you can use it in your practice. This development from the beginning till the current moment I have written in my book, which is called From Similia to Synergy, the evolution in homeopathy. So you are free to read this. You will understand my development, which I am going to summarize right now. What is a kingdom? I'll make it so simple you will be able to apply in your practice. If the main problem of the person is I, it is a mineral kingdom. If the main problem of the person is something, it is the plant kingdom. If the main problem of a person is somebody, it is the animal kingdom. And if the main problem is it is a no-sort. Do you follow this, or should I explain?
Explain, sir.
Please explain, sir.
Explain. Very good. So, a mineral kingdom person says, I lack or I lose something. Do you follow? Something is missing in me or something is going away from me. The problem is I, my resources. I am not good enough. I am weak. I am dependent. You see? So the problem is in my structure. You see? The plant person says, something affects me and I respond to it. And the animal person says, somebody is victimizing me and I want to get back at that person. Do you follow this little difference?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Suppose you see, there is a young girl, say 20-year-old. She says, I have disappointment in love. I was in love with one fellow and he let me down. Have you heard this story?
No.
Have you heard it in your practice or no?
No.
I hear it every day. Every day. All 20-year-old girls go through this. Yes or no?
Yes. All are
What's the difference? Now, the first girl will say, oh, I was so dependent on him. He took all the decisions for me. He gave me all the care. He gave me all the love. And now, who can I go to? Who I will depend on? How can I live without him? Have you heard this story? This is Netramure, for example, mineral kingdom. Another girl says, you know what happened? Every day, WhatsApp. Good morning, good evening, good night, how are you, what did you eat, what did you sleep? And suddenly he blocked me. What? Something shocking. Now he doesn't respond. So what is the problem? Something that happened. Are you following? And I am reacting with a feeling of shock. This could be Ignatia, for example. The third girl says, oh, he thinks he's better than me. He thinks he will find somebody else. I will show him. I will make his life hell. This is animal kingdom. You can give lachesis. For example, are you with? Do you follow this?
Yes, sir.
I, something, somebody. It's easy to understand. So this is another way of looking at patients. How is this person responding? And then you can choose a remedy from that kingdom along with symptoms. Your prescription is stronger. Is this easy to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. We'll talk of miasm. What is a miasm? Miasm has many definitions. But the definition I would like to share with you is that miasm is the pace or the speed of the perceived situation. Does this person perceive this as something sudden? Acute miasm. Or, oh shit, I have to stay with this. I can't do anything about it. I better accept it. This is psychotic miasm. Or, I will kill him. This is syphilitic miasm. So, is the pace sudden, fixed, or destructive? It's a different type of miasm. Yes? So, for example, belladonna would be an acute miasm. Thuja will be psychotic miasm. Mercury will be syphilitic miasm. What is the attitude of belladonna? Everything is sudden, isn't it? Boom! And what is the face of Thuja? Everything is slow. Everything is fixed. Fixed ideas, fixed thoughts, obsessive tendencies. And what's the theme of Mercury? Kill, destroy, finish. So the other miasms also, but just to give you a little bit of an idea, this is the second way we can understand people. So he belongs to a particular kingdom, to a particular miasm, and then to a particular super class. What is a super class? Let's understand. So this is, no, go one step back. This is the map of miasms as I made it, where the miasms are located, not in the anatomical area, but as a map. Okay. So I have described kingdoms and miasms in my book called The Substance of Homeopathy, which I wrote more than 30 years ago. And this holds as true today as it held at that time. Go on. The latest idea that I have, and I want to share with you, and I want you to know that you are the first audience that I am sharing my super class idea with. What is it? No. No shawl, no topi, nothing. Just simple man. No applause. What is a super class? A super class is the core dynamic response. Let's understand. So I said there are 6 super classes. What are they? Let's go. The first super class, the idea is the basic core response is withdrawal, is to go inside, is to shut the world outside, to go into a shell or into a womb. So anything happens, introverted. Do you follow like this? Don't want to face, put the shell there. For example, an oyster is like that, an oyster. Or for example, a remedy like opium. What does opium do? Too much pain, become anesthetic. No feeling anymore. The world is outside. Opium has gone into hibernation. You follow like this? Hello? So, withdrawal, shut off, cling, hold on, don't face. It's too much. So these are people who are introverted. Their nature is like that. Pulsatilla is also in the first superclass. Mild, yielding, clinging, soft, gentle, not willing to face anything. Okay? The second type, second superclass, go on, is open and shut. That means you are inside, but occasionally you want to see outside because it's too boring, it's